Okay, so today's lesson is going to be on odd time signatures. For the exercises that I've given you, I'm focusing on two time signatures, okay? 7/8 and 9/8. But what I want you to really take away from this lesson is not really the beats that I'm going to play, but instead I want you to learn how to count the time signatures. And this is important because if you know how to count it, you can play it and you can apply the counting to any time signatures, not just 7/8 or 9/8. It can be 5/4, 3/4, anything, okay? But I'm just using 7/8 and 9/8 as an example just to help you all learn and understand odd time signatures. So let's start. So first, before we can actually play odd time signatures, you need to know what a time signature is. So I have paper right here. So this is something you see very, sorry, the shadow is blocking. But this is something you see very common in most music. Okay, 4/4. 4/4 is also known as common time. Okay, it's this basic time signature that is in most songs. Okay, so what is actually 4/4? How do you actually read 4/4? Okay, so as you can see, there's two numbers here. There's the top number, the first 4, and there's the bottom number, which is the second 4. What the top number tells you is the maximum number of notes you can place in a bar or in a measure. Okay, so the top number tells you the maximum number of notes. The bottom number tells you the duration or the note value of each of those notes. So in other words, 4/4 means that you can place a maximum of 4 quarter notes in a bar or in a measure. That's basically it. So how you count 4/4 is pretty straightforward. You have the standard way of counting, which is basically 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if you count it as 8 notes, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so that's what 4/4 is. Okay, so just remember the time signature is the top number tells you the maximum number of notes you can place in a bar. The bottom number tells you the duration or the note value of each note. So now let's look at 7/8. So this is how a 7/8 time signature will look like. Okay, 7 on top, 8 on the bottom. So same, the concept is the same. What this tells you is that you can place a maximum of 8 notes in a bar. Okay, so you can place a maximum of 8 notes. So what does that mean? So first we want to know how to count these 8 notes. So the way I approach it is to just count it as per normal. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so on. So 8 notes is basically 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 7. So you stop at a 4. So how you count 7/8 is basically 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's it. So if I were to count 4 bars of 7/8, it will be like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 2 and 2 and 3 and 4, 3 and 2 and 3 and 4, 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? And if I were to count it as quarter notes, it will be like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 2 and 2 and 3 and 4, 3 and 2 and 3 and 4, 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that's basically 7/8 time signature. Okay? So now let's move to another time signature. Let's take 9/8. Same concept. For 9/8, it looks like this. You have the 9 on top and the 8 below. So what it tells you? Same thing. It tells you that the bar is long enough for you to hold a maximum of 8 notes. So one bar is long enough for you to hold a maximum of 8 notes. So again, to count 9/8, I just count it as per normal. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So I stop at 5. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So if I were to count it, 4 bars of 9/8, it'll be like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Okay? If I were to count it as quarter notes, it will be like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Okay? So that's basically time signatures. So it might take a while to get used to, so if you want, you can pause the video, rewind it, look at it again, but that's the basic concept. First thing you need to understand is what a time signature is. The first thing you need to know is what a time signature is and how you read it. What the top number means, what the bottom number means. Maximum number of notes in a bar, note value of each of those notes. That's the first thing you need to know. Once you know this, you can count it. And once you can count it, you can play it. Okay? So I've attached a PDF, which basically looks like this. Alright? So there are 4 different exercises Like I said, it's only based on 7/8 and 9/8, but you can apply this to anything else. But there are 4 different exercises in here that will help you get used to playing odd time signatures, okay? So I'm going to go through each and every one of these exercises now. Alright, so if you look at exercise number 1, it's basically a 7/8, it's a basic drum beat based in 7/8 time signatures, okay? And you're playing 8 notes on the hi-hat. So it sounds like this. Okay, so that's exercise number 1. So again, just take it, play it slow first, get a feel of playing in that 7/8 time signature, and then once you're comfortable, speed it up a little bit, and once you're good, then we can move on to the next exercise, okay? So the next exercise, exercise number 2, is again a basic drum beat, but this time it's in 9/8 time signature. So it sounds like this. Okay, so that's 9/8. Same thing, start slow, play it for a while, get used to it, and then speed it up. Okay, so exercise number 3 is basically taking exercise number 1 and exercise number 2 and putting them together. The reason I put this exercise in is because as drummers, we are required to move from different time signatures seamlessly. So by being able to play 7/8 and then immediately playing 9/8, you should be able to move through seamlessly. So for exercise number 3, the concept is just alternating. So you're playing 7/8, then 9/8, then 7/8, 9/8 as you repeat the pattern. Okay, so I'm going to play it, and then you'll see how it sounds like. So this is exercise number 3. Okay, so again, take it slow at first. Once you're comfortable, then speed it up. So the last exercise, exercise number 4, is exactly the same as exercise number 3. The only difference is instead of playing quarter notes on the hand, instead of playing 8 notes on the hand, you're playing quarter notes. So this is a little bit tricky because you're playing in odd time. So if you think about it, 7/8 means you can play 7 8 notes. So if you convert 7 8 notes into quarter notes, it's actually 3.5 quarter notes. That means that bar is only long enough for you to play 3 quarter notes and 1 8 note. But in our case, we are trying to play quarter notes, 4 quarter notes. So the last quarter note will be too long to fit in the bar. So what happens? The last quarter note is going to drag over to the next bar. That's why in the sheet music, if you look at it, you'll realize that the second bar doesn't start on the 1, instead it starts on the end of the 1. And the reason is because the last note in the previous bar is being pushed forward. I know it's a little bit hard to understand, but just pause the video, look through the sheet music, count it out, think about it, and you'll get it, okay? So I like playing this beat in particular because every other bar you're playing on the odd bars, you're playing on the downbeat, but on the even bars, you're playing on the upbeat. So it's a little bit confusing, but it's kind of fun, okay? Even though your hands are playing steady quarter notes, the beat is going to be downbeat, upbeat, alternating throughout the pattern. So I'm going to play exercise number 4, and you'll see what I mean, okay? Okay, so that's exercise number 4. So if you speed it up, it gets really cool. So just take that exercise at home, practice it, pause the video, rewind the video if you need to. It's just a simple video that I made just to introduce the concept of playing odd time signatures. So instead of always playing in 4/4, now that you know how to count odd time signature, now that you know what it means, and I have some basic beat examples that I just showed you, you can actually incorporate that into your playing and maybe take your drumming to the next level. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from the video. Till next time, keep practicing, and I'll see you again.